Hi everyone! Today we're going to start part 1 of our monochromatic portraits. Today will be all about drawing our portraits. We are not going to add color until next time you come to art. I want you to draw with a pencil so that you can erase if you need to. I'm going to be using a marker in the video so that you can see my lines better. The first thing we do is always the same. We take out our pencil and we write our name. Go ahead and make sure that your name is written on the back of your paper. Now for this project, you can make a self-portrait, which is a portrait or picture of yourself, or you can just make a regular portrait of someone else or someone made up. Either way, we're going to start with the face shape. Now the face shape can be kind of like an oval that's a little bit smaller on the bottom. It can be a little bit more pointed towards the bottom. It could be a little bit rounder. There are lots of different face shapes, and if you're using your pencil lightly, you could even draw a circle with your pencil and then add the chin below and then erase that line that's showing in between. There are lots of different ways to draw the face shape, so go ahead and choose one that you like and draw it with your pencil in the middle of your paper. Make sure to make it big because we want to be able to fit our face inside. So don't make it teeny tiny, but don't make it too big because we want to make sure we have room for the hair and our neck and shoulders below. So a pretty big face shape in the middle of your paper. Go ahead and do that now. Next, we're going to move on to eyes. Before you draw your eyes, I want you to stop and look at the screen because I'm going to show you a lot of different ideas for eyes. They can be as simple as 2 little dots, or they could be more complicated. You could make 2 oval shapes with pointed ends, and then draw a circle for the iris and another circle for the pupil. That's a more complicated way to draw eyes. You could draw 2 circles with 2 pupils inside, or 2 smaller circles. They don't even have to be the same size. It's okay if they're different. You could draw 2 upside down U's or rainbow lines. You could draw a winking eye. You could draw 2 ovals with a curved line on top for the eyelid. You could draw 2 ovals with 2 other little circles inside, looking any direction you want. You could draw 2 half circles with the eyes inside. There's lots of different ways that you can draw the eyes. And there's a lot of different things that we can add to our eyes. You can add eyelashes if you want. You could add eyebrows. You could even add glasses. There's a lot of different types of eyebrows, eyelashes, lots of different things that we can add to our eyes. Make sure you make yours unique and special to you. I'm going to go ahead and draw my eyes toward the middle of my face shape. So you want to leave room on top and bottom. You want to leave room for the forehead, and you want to leave room on the bottom for the nose and the mouth. So your eyes go toward the middle of your face shape. Go ahead and draw your eyes now. I'll give you a few seconds to do that. Next, we're going to move on to noses. There are also a lot of ways to draw noses. It can be as simple as a rainbow line or a U line, or you could draw the letter L, the letter J, an oval, or it can be a little bit more complicated with a nostril, or 2 nostrils. There's a lot of different ways to draw noses. You could practice a few on the back of your paper if you want to, or you can just pick one and you're going to draw it a little bit below the eyes. So go ahead and choose your type of nose and draw it now. Now let's move on to the mouth. Let's look at all the different types of mouths you could draw. You could draw a simple curve for a smile. You could draw a curve with the tongue sticking out if you're feeling silly. You could draw kind of like a capital letter D on its side. That's like an open, smiling, or talking mouth. And you can add teeth or a tongue inside of there if you want to. You could draw a curve with a curve at the end. That's kind of like a smirk. Or you could draw some lips or some cartoon lips. That's almost like drawing a heart over the smile. You could draw a O or a surprised mouth, a wavy line for a worried mouth, a frowny face, or an open talking face, or maybe yawning. You could even draw maybe a braces. You want to give your person some braces that you could do. Lots of different options. And of course, if you know of another way to draw a mouth, you can do that as well. Next, we're going to move on to the ears. Now, the ear placement is kind of in line with the eyes. That's where you want to start your ear. So line it up with the eyes, and that's where you're going to start the line for your ear, and you're just going to go down in like a half circle or a curved line for the ears. They don't have to be exactly the same. 2 half circles or curved lines for the ears on both sides of your head. Next, we're going to draw the neck. So we don't want a teeny tiny neck. We want to do 2 straight lines kind of underneath the eyes is where the lines for the neck should go. 2 lines coming down off of your face shape. And then to connect those lines, we don't want to do a straight line. We want it to be curved. That's showing the collar of the shirt or the neckline of the shirt. We want to connect these 2 necklines with a curved line, like the letter U. Next, we're going to add the shoulders. Now, where we just drew that U to connect to our neckline, we're going to go out and down. A curved line out and down to show our shoulder and then the arm coming down. go ahead and take a pause for just a minute while we talk about hair. Now, we don't want to draw every individual hair. We want to think about the shape of the hair. As you can see, I'm going to be showing you lots of different examples of hair. That first one I just drew is if you might have bangs or straight hair. This next one, maybe your hair is parted in the middle and it's wavy, use wavy lines. And maybe you're a boy and you have spiky hair, so you're going to draw lines up from the ears and then a zigzag line. Another example is you could draw a zigzag line going from one ear to the other ear. That might show that your hair is very short. Another example is you could part your hair on the side. And if your hair is very curly, you might use a bumpy line to show the outside of the hair. Remember, you can draw your hair long, short, whatever, medium, it's up to you. Here's another example of maybe some spiky hair. This one we're going to draw a ponytail coming off the side. Maybe some pigtails. You could draw the hairline and some zigzags. There are a lot of different hairstyles in the world and we can draw them, but these are just some examples. Maybe you have braids in your hair, so you're going to draw individual, kind of like long wavy rectangles. Maybe you have the beads on the end of your braids and you want to draw those. Maybe you have curly short hair, so you're going to show that with a scalloped line. Maybe you have wavy short hair. There's so many more examples that you could do even than that. So if you have a different idea, definitely do it. Or if you need help with a different idea, let Miss O know by raising your hand. We're going to work on our hair for a little bit. Remember, you definitely want to have something coming down in front of your forehead if you have bangs or if you have long hair. You draw those down, almost maybe touching your eyebrows if you have long bangs. And then when you do the other part of your hair, remember, we're not drawing every single little hair. We just draw the shape of our hair. Now, if I was using a pencil, I would erase this line right here. But I'm using a marker so you can see it better. But I would erase that line right there if I was using a pencil. And then, of course, we can add lots of other accessories if you want to, like earrings or glasses or a hair bow. You could add patterns to the shirt if you want to. I think I'm going to add stripes because I wear a lot of striped shirts, but it's totally up to you. Whatever other accessories or details you want to add to your self-portrait or your portrait, it's up to you. When you are done drawing, that is when you will stop because we're not going to add color. We want to just trace our lines with a Sharpie next. That's what we're going to finish with today, is we're going to get a Sharpie and carefully and slowly trace all of our lines. But don't forget, don't trace the lines that you want to erase. Don't forget that. So we're going to work on that now, tracing all of our lines with a Sharpie. And if there's anything that you needed help with from Miss O, be patient. And if you're in class with me, I'm going to walk around and help you.